What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Layylott, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to childhood TV show Conspiracies. You know, you thought they was living in Bikini Bottom because that was just what it's called, but you ever thought of Bikini Bottom? Let's get into it. You already know the vibes. Grab your snacks, get your drinks, because it's about to get poppin'. Alright, y'all, let's get into it. This first one is called Squidward's Theory. So let's see what they're talking about for Squidward. Good old Squid. Let's see what we're talking about.
Number 15. Squidward's Theory. If you're familiar with creepypastas, you're probably also familiar with the Squidward meme of him taking his own life. The terrifying...
Wait, what? Honestly, I really wasn't a Spongebob girly. I wasn't a Spongebob girly. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. But I'm like, I don't know the meme.
Memes started in the dark corners of the internet like 4chan and Reddit, where people would modify still images of the show SpongeBob SquarePants and add a little horror and creepy.
What episodes was these?
Next to it, hence the name creepypasta. That's where the meme of Squidward taking his own life began. In the meme,
no.
The fictional character with
a
black background and shiny red eyes. It was quite horrifying, actually, but it stayed amongst the horror fan base of the internet for years, till now. The show's animators decided to incorporate the meme in one of their episodes.
What?
Which is very strange, since the main demographic of the spectators are still children, and the subject is a little dark, to say the least. The episode in question shows SpongeBob and Squidward as they explore a town that mysteriously doesn't adhere to the rules of logic.
What the fuck are they on? Why would they post this? Why would they allow this to be posted? Why would they make an episode about this?
Suddenly, a row of doors appears, and Squidward
oh my gosh, I'm getting PTSD. Please, not again. I just can't watch it again.
Versions of himself. The episode's already quite nightmarish. It gets worse. One of the doors clearly shows him after taking his own life, and it's terrifying. Cost. As crazy as dark cartoon theories go, this might be the darkest. Some people believe that Toy Story 3 is about the Holocaust. You know, when Adolf Hitler killed 6 million people. How can a child...
Oh Lord, I just don't want to watch nothing no more because y'all are stressing me out.
Children's movie be about such a dark episode of our past? Well, for starters, the speech that Woody gives at the beginning of the film is almost identical to one in The Pianist, an award-winning Holocaust drama made by Roman Polanski. All the toys then decide to seek refuge in the attic, which is clearly a reference to Anne Frank, who was a Jewish little girl that had to hide in an attic from the Nazi soldiers. The toys are then all crammed into a box and taken away to a date.
Okay, y'all, but let's be serious. Like, I'm spooked. I'm spooked. It's a lot going on, and I'm still spooked from the Squidward thing. Like, we're moving on too fast, and now we're talking about the Holocaust and the Diary of Anne Frank, and it's just a lot happening right now. Cause like now my whole childhood is just ruined. Y'all just in 2 minutes and 58 seconds, it's just over.
Daycare center, which is a clear reference to the trains that took people to the concentration camps. You could argue that a daycare center's not a concentration camp, but in the movie, it isn't a happy place.
It sure ain't. Y'all been to Sunshine, Sunny Side Days, whatever that place was called?
Constantly abandon them until they are too damaged. They then get sent down the waste chute, which might also be considered as a gas chamber. The similarities are too many to be a coincidence.
Honestly, it might just be.
Number 13. Mr. Krabs rescued Pearl from the hunters. There are a lot of different theories about Mr. Krabs and his daughter, Pearl.
I mean, I've heard that technically she calls him daddy because he's like a sugar daddy. Like, get your bag, Pearl. Get your bag, mama. But let's see what this one's talking about.
Because as we all know, it would be impossible for a crab to have a whale as a daughter. The theory that seems to be the most accepted by the fans is the one that says he accidentally rescued Pearl when she was a baby because some hunters or fishermen killed her mother.
No, baby, no more crying. We'll get you a date.
Oh, that's sad. I never heard that.
So, seeing the little Pearl all alone and scared, Mr. Krabs just took her with him and raised her as his own. This theory really fits because, for example, Mr. Krabs has shown extreme fear of hooks and has repeatedly warned Patrick and SpongeBob of the grave danger of being near them. Also,
hey, that could be. I'm going with the sugar daddy theory. I like that one better.
Mr. Krabs loves money, and he hardly ever spends it or gives it to anyone.
No,
but
that's
if
true.
Pearl asks him for money, he gladly gives it to her. Maybe he feels bad because he couldn't save her mother. There are many other theories about this subject, but this is the one that seems to fit the best. Keep it in mind the next time you watch the show.
I will.
Number 12. The Smurfs are anti-Semitic and racist. Antoine Bueno is a professor at the Paris-based university. Science is
Oh, not the Smurfs are racist and can't just be blue little creatures. Can't just be blue creatures.
And he recently published a book where he analyzes the Smurf society and political situation. Let me explain. He thinks the Smurfs children's TV show is anti-Semitic. He starts by stating that Smurfs live in a political dictatorship. They are discouraged from taking any kind of initiative, and they all eat together in the same communal room. There's only one leader, and they rarely leave their home country.
Papa Smurf holding it down.
It's starting to sound like communist Russia, and there's more. He starts by stating that Smurfs live in a political dictatorship. And then we have the number one enemy of the state, Gargamel, which Bueno says is an anti-Semitic caricature of a Jew. In other words, your favorite kids show is a totalitarian utopia. There's even one episode where the Smurfs are bitten by a fly, and their skin turns black and they lose the ability to speak. And that clearly has colonial overtones and also profound and clear racist traits. The craziest part about this theory
We're gonna have to watch that episode. What do they mean by that?
is that it fits perfectly. It was right in front of our eyes all this time, and we didn't even notice. Number 11. Snow White is about cocaine and addiction. The theory that the Disney movie
Honestly, I've never seen Snow White. I just started to watch the real life because people was talking about it. I just started to watch the real life adaptation of it, and I got to where she met the little, what do they call, trolls or something? The little Doopy Doppy and Snoopy and them. What are they called? What are they called? They'll probably say it.
White is about cocaine addiction has been around for a long time, but it's easy to understand why. There are so many different coincidences that it might just be true. First of all, the name of the main character, Snow White. Now, I don't know if you know what cocaine looks like, but it is literally a white powder that looks exactly like snow. Then there are the names of the 7 dwarves, which are named
Dwarves! That's what it was.
Personalities, and believe it or not, they
Sneezy, because you probably sneeze after you sniff. Then dopey, you got that dope. Angry, you probably crashing. Happy, you high as a kite. Sleepy, you knocked out. I don't know the rest of their names. Bashful.
Exactly the different stages of cocaine addiction and withdrawal. The first 2 are happy and grumpy, and those make a reference to the mood swings that are caused by using cocaine. Addicts will have very aggressive mood swings several times a day. And then we have dopey, sleepy, and sneezy, which are nods to actual stages of being on the drug. Dopey literally means high. You sneeze a lot when you take cocaine because it's a powder and you take it through your nose. And then you finally feel incredibly sleepy after having spent all your energy running about. And finally, we have Snow White's big sleep, which could be an overdose. Or is that going too far? Number 10.
They're kind of pushing it. Okay, I have seen this one. That Eeyore, he's depression. Tigger's ADHD. Tigger is like gluttony, like eating disorder. Piglet, I don't know, anxiety. I know. And the bunny is OCD.
It has long been speculated that every character in Milne's Winnie the Pooh series represents a psychological disorder. And recently, the Canadian Medical Association Journal published an article where you can find every diagnosis. Pooh is believed to be suffering from, of course, binge eating disorder. That means he has very low self-esteem that he tries to balance by eating.
I mean, that shirt is a little tiny. It is tight.
non-stop. In real life, it's a very...
Wait a minute, why was Winnie the Pooh the only one wearing clothes? Does anybody else wear clothes in the show? Does anyone else wear clothes?
serious disorder that lots of people suffer from.
That happens to be my personal favorite.
The way he nipped on that paper a little bit, he's fiending. Ooh.
Piglet was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, which means that everything would stress him out to a level of huge discomfort. Eeyore, on the other hand, was thought to have a dysthymic depressive disorder, basically a very serious case of depression. If you feel like your childhood feelings could take some more heartbreak, good, because there are some more diagnoses. Tigger's disorder seems quite obvious. He had ADHD because he was so hyperactive and impulsive. And finally, Rabbit was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder.
Oh, not a knock. Hate that for the
can be extremely dangerous in real life. It makes for very toxic people that enjoy making others suffer. Which one did you feel you identified with as a child? So basically, Winnie the Pooh and friends were just a bunch of insane individuals completely denying their disorders and, in a way, validating each other's behaviors.
Sometimes you gotta deny and validate. Sometimes you gotta do it. Okay, well that was cute. We just did 5 of them because honestly my childhood would have been demolished if I would have went on. We can finish the rest of the video if y'all want to. Go ahead and drop it down below if y'all want to see the rest of the video and see what other childhood shows that will break our hearts if we find out more about them. But you know, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all snacks. And you know, it's your girl Layylott. Peace out.